Greetings everyone. We will continue our discussion on information retrieval systems. In the previous session, we have started about the stemming algorithms and also we have discussed some of the stemming algorithms. So in the last session, we have discussed about the table lookup stemmers and the successor variety stemmers. In this session, we will be looking about the n-gram stemmers. So in the previous session, we have seen about the successor variety stemmer where we will be having your complete text. From the text, we will be trying to derive the set of successors for each and every character. Okay, we will be having the 3-step process where you have to derive the successor varieties for each and every character present for a word. And from that word, you will be trying to create the segments based upon various methods. Okay, we have seen the various methods, that is cutoff value method and also peak and plateau method and other methods for creating the segments. From among the segments, we will be choosing one of the segment as the stem for that particular word. So that is the process you have used for your successor variety method. For example, for your in this example, we have taken apple. For apple, we will be having a 4-letter successor variety for a word. Why? Because different characters are followed by a word in your particular text set of text from the corpus. And also we have seen this example regarding your successor variety for your word readable. For each and every character we will find the successor varieties. For each and every word for each and every character we find the successor varieties. From these successor varieties we try to perform the segmentation, or we try to create the segment based upon various methods. One is a cutoff value method where you will be having a predefined set of value. That is, these many number of successor varieties means we will be creating a segment. So we will be having a cutoff value method which is having some disadvantages. We try to choose the peak and plateau method where when particular successor varieties of a particular character is greater than the previous one, at that time we will be creating it as a segment. Now this word read can be treated as the segment for a readable word. And also there is a third method where we will be taking the complete word method, where if a particular word is present as a complete word in the corpus, at that time we will be taking it as a segment in the particular word. These are the various 3 methods which we have discussed in the previous session to create the segments. So you can be, once the second part is to create the segments. From among these segments, we have to choose one of these, that is your able word also will be created as a segment here. Your able word also can be treated as a segment. From among those words, we will be creating one of them as stem. So when you create the segments, from those segments, one of the segments will be treated as stem based upon some condition which you have seen in the previous session. That is about the successor variety. Okay, when you go for the next method, that is the n-gram method. So I think you already know a diagram is a pair of consecutive letters. Okay, so if you are having a text, a pair of consecutive letters, will be treating it as a diagram. In a similar fashion, you can be having trigrams where you will be treating 3 letters of a word, that is SIN will be treated as one trigram, THE will be treated as one trigram, like that. You can be having 3 different letters or 3 consecutive letters as a trigram. In a similar sense, we can be having n-grams, okay, which could be used, and we will be calling such a method called as n-gram method. We will be using these grams, that is, either we will be using a diagram or a trigram or a n-gram to create your particular segments. Okay, but what you have to understand that even though we call this as a stemming method, this is a bit confusing since there is no stem produced from the output of this particular algorithm. Okay, so this is a different thing, that is in n-gram method we are trying to create a particular classes, we will not be trying to create a complete stem. Okay, so in this approach association measures are calculated between pairs of terms based on shared unique diagrams. Okay, we will be having diagrams and we will be trying to find the similarity or association between the diagram present for a particular text. Okay, so that is the thing we are trying to do in this particular method. In this method, first we try to create the diagrams or trigrams or n-grams for a particular text. For that text, we will be creating those diagrams, and among these diagrams or trigrams, we try to find the association or the relationship or the similarity between these diagrams or trigrams. Okay, based upon the similarity, we will be trying to form a clusters or modules like these things, classes like this. Okay, we will not be trying to create the stems like what you have done in a successor variety. There will be no stem method, but these classes can be treated for various purposes like your stems. Okay, since we will be looking at the complete process, then we can understand how you are going to have this particular method for your stemming process. Okay, for example, you are having two words, one is statistics, another one is statistical. So for the statistic and statistical, we try to create the diagrams. So diagrams means we'll be considering two consecutive letters present in your particular complete text. That is, for statistics, we'll be having ST, that is first trigram, next trigram is TA, next trigram is AT, TI. Like this, we will be having these trigrams listed for each and every part of the text. Next is, among this text, we will be having some repeated trigrams. Okay, instead of considering each and every trigram, we will be considering only the unique trigrams. If you see, ST will be repeated some number of times. Okay, instead of considering it twice, we will be considering it only once. Okay, so in that manner, we will be finding out the unique diagrams for your complete text. Okay, so first we will be calculating the diagrams for each and every consecutive letters present in your word. From that particular diagrams, we will be calculating the unique diagrams. We will be finding out the unique diagrams. In the similar sense, we will be trying to find out the unique diagrams for your statistical word as well. So there are unique diagrams, that is, we are having 7 unique diagrams for your statistics word, and you are having 8 diagrams for your complete statistical word. Okay, so for this is the first step of your n-gram method, where you have to consider one of your word, that is whether you are going for a diagram or a trigram. So we have to consider that thing first. Then after that particular decision, then you have to create your diagrams for your text possible. Okay, and you have to calculate the unique diagrams for your text. Okay, so this is the first step in all. You have to calculate the unique diagrams for your words present in your system. So the statistical has 9 diagrams, okay, 7 of which are unique, and the statistical has 10 diagrams and 8 of which are unique. Okay, so statistics has 7 unique diagrams and statistical has 10 unique diagrams. The two words share 6 unique diagrams, that is AT, IC, IS, ST, TA and TI. Okay, so both the words will be having these 6 unique diagrams. From this information, we try to do the next step. Once the unique diagrams for the word pair has been identified and counted, a similarity measure, okay, based on them is computed. Okay, once after finding out the unique diagrams you are having and the unique diagrams present in both the words, okay, the pair of words, then we find out the similarity measure based upon those unique diagrams. Okay, the similarity measure is used by using the Dice coefficient, okay, which is defined as S is equal to 2C by A plus B, where your S is equal to 2C by A plus B, where S is your similarity measure. Okay, A will be the number of unique diagrams present for your first word or first term. B will be the number of unique diagrams present for your second term. Okay, and C will be the number of unique terms present in both the terms. That is, its number of matching unique terms present shared by both A and B. Okay, so in the previous example, if you have seen in the above example, the Dice coefficient will be 2 into 6, that is, we are having 6 common unique diagrams. Okay, 6 common unique diagrams between both A and B, and we are having 7 unique diagrams in B and 8 unique diagrams in C, which we will be getting at 0.80, that is a similarity measure of 80%. Okay, the similarity measure of 80%, or you will be getting 0.8 value. So this tells that both the words, that is the statistic and statistical, are having a unique, they are having the similarity measure, that is the unique common words, they are having at 0.80, 0.8 or 80%. That is, they are similar by 80%. Okay. With this information, what you try to do is, okay, similarity measures are determined for all pairs of terms in the database, forming a similarity matrix. Whatever may be the terms present in your complete database, for each and every term, we will be trying to create this particular pairwise similarity measure. Okay. So, if you are having 3 terms, A, B, C, okay, we try to find out the similarity measure between A, B. We try to find the similarity measure between A, C. So we'll be getting a matrix where we'll be having comparison between A, B, that will be some value, and A will not be having comparison. A, B will be having comparison. A, C, if you are having a comparison, okay. B, there will be no comparison. B, C, let's take it as some 0.4. So AC, that is 0.5. BC, that is 0.4. Okay, instead of taking the complete matrix, we can take either upper triangle matrix or the lower triangular matrix. Okay, this particular matrix we will form by using the similarity measures. Okay, so what you are trying to do, you are trying to take the diagrams and the unique diagrams. From those diagrams, we calculate the similar measure by using the previous formula. From that similarity measures, we try to calculate the similarity measure between every pair of words present in your database. From those similarity measure, we create your complete similarity matrix. Okay, one such matrix is available. Terms are clustered using clustering methods to form clusters of similar terms. Okay, once after forming this similarity matrix, what we try to do is, we try to cluster all the similar terms, that is, which are having a larger value. That is, if I take a similarity coefficient of 0.7, that is, if all the particular things which are for a particular word, that is, if for A there is a similarity coefficient of greater than 0.7, okay, for a term, if a similarity coefficient for the remaining terms, if there is greater than 0.7%, then I can group all those things into one cluster. That is, if I take this thing as 0.4, that is, if there is a similarity measure of greater than 0.4 between any terms for a particular term. So, if A is the considered term, for A, if I find out all those terms which are having greater than 0.4 similarity measure, I can group it to one cluster. I can feel that all these terms, that is, all the terms which are having this word A are similar to word A. All the words that are present in this cluster can be treated as they are similar to A. So, in the similar sense, all the words using any clustering method, okay, based upon these similarity measures, we can group them into clusters. Okay, what the contents of the clusters will be doing is, they will be having all the related terms or the similar terms. Okay, when a search comes, we can find out whether that is present in one of the clusters or not. Okay, it will be much easier for you to find out the word present in clusters. Okay, from this, you are not trying to create the stems. Okay, we are trying to create the clusters here. So the n-gram method doesn't create a stem, what you have done in the previous successor variety, where you are getting the segments, from that segments you are creating the stems. But here you will not be getting a stem, we will be getting a clusters in this manner. From these clusters can be used to find out the similar words. Okay, basic sense of your stemming is finding out the similar words. Okay, in this method you are trying to find the similar words and grouping them in one cluster. Those clusters can be useful for finding the similar words. If possible, you can find it for stems as well. Okay, this is about your n-gram method, where you will be finding out initially we have to find the value of your n, whether you are going for a digram or a trigram. So from that you have to create the diagrams for your pair of words. Okay, you have to calculate or find out the unique diagrams for each and every word, pair of words. Okay, you by calculating or finding out your unique diagrams, we will be finding out the similarity measure by using the formula. Okay, once after finding the similarity measure between the pair of values or words, okay, we have to calculate the similarity measure for each and every pair of word present in the database. Okay, that particular thing or that information can be used to calculate the similarity matrix. With that matrix, you can group or you can use one of the your particular clustering methods. You can use one of the clustering methods to group similar terms into one cluster. These clusters can be used to identify similar words. Okay, this is your n-gram method. In the next session, we will be going for other type of one last method you are having as a part of your stemming algorithms, that is affix remover. In the next session, we will be looking about that affix remover. Thank you.